Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and it's time to get Hearthstoned yet again. And we're going to be continuing on with the Curse of Naxxramas. We are now into the third wing, and so far we've been having a pretty easy time of everything, beating every boss on our first attempt. But if I remember correctly, things are going to start getting more difficult. So let's get into the military quarter here. And the first boss.
Please ignore the mind control stones next to Vesuvius.
Okay, let's see what his hero ability is all about. Okay, just a straight up deal 3 damage for 2 mana. It's a pretty good value there. And I think I remember this fight a little bit. And the deck I think I'm going to use here is my buff draw deck. First off, I don't think I've showed it at all in this series yet of doing Naxxramas. And it's been a little improved since the last time I showed it off on my channel. So I think we're going to use the buff draw deck for this fight. Now the buff draw deck, as it says, is about buffing and drawing. So it's got cards to draw, and it's also got buffs as well. I may show off the deck here at the end.
You should have stayed home. I will fight with honor.
Alright, that's not really the start I'm looking for. I'm going to keep one Swamp Ooze because it is a value card. Alright, that wasn't really what I was looking for at all. But this is one of the cards that I added into the deck. It was Mukla's Champion. Alright, that is one of the cards I was looking for. Okay, that's good. So, turn 1. Mind Control Crystal. Okay, yeah. See, this is what I thought I remembered. So these are the understudies. And from what I think I've seen coverage of this before, you use the Mind Control Stone or Crystal.
No, my students.
And you get his taunts. And then, next turn, I'll buff them. So we can start doing some damage here. So we'll play one buff. And we'll play a taunt of our own. Now the question is, face or trade? I think at this point we face. We could trade with the Goldshire Footman, maybe?
Can't fight. Job's done.
Well, it looks like you can fight, my friend. Alright, so we're going to throw down a cleave. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to see. So we're going to lose this guy, probably. Alright, so now we can get our draw going if we want. And I'm trying to think of a reason why we wouldn't want to do the draw. Yeah, we'll do the... Well, I think I want the damage, honestly, though. But he may have weapons. We'll wait for that. We'll do the draw.
I hope you like my invention.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Another blessing that we can throw down on this guy. There we go. Now we've got value.
Can't fight.
And I'll trade here.
Fight.
Because I'm not sure when I'm going to get a good trade out of this. That might have been an unwise choice. Yeah, and we have to worry about that element, too. Well, at this point, we can trade with our Novice Engineer, so...
Oh, if you're sure.
And again, I seem to remember him having a weapon of some type, so I'm going to keep a hold of the Acidic Swamp Ooze in case that happens. And we'll throw down an Acolyte of Pain. Again, all about the draw. And then next turn, we can throw down Mukla. Mukla's Champion, I mean. Alright, so this is the weapon that I was thinking I remembered being a problem. Alright, so he's going to just straight up kill that guy. Okay, so we can get rid of the weapon. What does the weapon do? 5-2, but it deals double damage to the hero. Okay. So we definitely want to get rid of that. Fortunately, we don't have enough mana to do Mukla's Champion right now, but we also don't have the taunt to protect him, which is a big element here. So we probably want to wait until we have 7 mana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a buff down on the ooze. Might not be a great use of a buff because of his hero ability just killing this thing next turn, but it's something. Okay, now he can't do that even if he wanted to. Alright, unfortunately I can't hammer or at that because of its ability to protect itself. So the trades are going to be awful. Now, of course, I could wait until next turn and throw down Mukla's Champion and get the buff. If I throw him down now, he's just going to die, and that would be a real waste of a card that's kind of integral for this deck. So I think maybe Consecrate. It's kind of a waste, but then we throw the ooze at it, kill it. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. Ooze kills. We get ourselves a Silverhand Recruit here that maybe we can use Mukla to, you know, buff it up next turn. So far, so good. We haven't taken any damage. Ah, that's not what we want to see. You want a board out there with Mukla, and we would have had it if that hadn't happened. So I'm thinking in this case, we just go for some card draw and try and get something on the board. Alright. Not bad. We'll get this guy out. He might just use his hero ability and kill it. But if he doesn't, it gives us an opportunity to do Mukla's Champion, possibly, or other... We have a bunch of choices, honestly. But putting on the Storeroom Champion or Mukla's Champion without anyone else on the board is really a waste. Honestly, at this point, putting out Mukla's Champion is a real risk because of what he's got out on the board. I don't really know what else to do, though. I could play the Shattered Sun Cleric, buff this guy up, kill his Acolyte of Pain, and play out a Loot Hoarder and try and just fill the board. But if he keeps clearing, I'm going to be in trouble. But we'll do our best.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
I really need more of a board presence out there if I want to get something going. Alright, we might be able to protect here with the Noble Sacrifice. So, we'll hold on to it.
Mind if I roll need?
Possibly until next turn. That way we can maybe ensure that Mukla's Champion lives. Although there's something to be said about playing it now. Because you prevent something from dying that's on the board right now.
Reporting for duty.
You know what? We'll play it. Yeah, we'll play it. That might have been a mistake. Well, maybe not. It'll take the Runeblade hit. Yeah, there it goes. It did its job. It took the Runeblade hit. Oh, not trading. Okay. Alright, this is exactly what we want to see. Because at this point, we can actually take advantage of Mukla's Champion. Unfortunately, he played the Necro Knight over here, which is going to make that kind of problematic. I'm trying to think if there's a way that we can actually get really good value out of this. I think Leper Gnome's the better play here.
Reporting for duty.
There we got a lot of bananas. Okay, let's think about trades. If we kill the Necronite, it will also kill this guy, so we don't have to do a trade there. But then we don't have a trade to get rid of the Spiteful Smith, as far as I can tell. But, you know, honestly, I think that's the better move.
Push forward.
The battle.
Unfortunately, I see Mukla's Champion going down this turn.
Hey,
But we can at least put a little bit of damage on the face. Next turn, we put down a Stormwind Champion, buff these guys up a little bit more. Oh, okay, that. Well, we have high chances of coming out of this one, okay. We got to keep Mukla's Champion, all right. It's good news for us. And he didn't attack Mukla's Champion. So, oh, well, no, he just went for my face, okay. All right, so what I'm thinking here is we play Loot Hoarder,
if I roll need.
the Taunt, in case he plays another one of those weapons. I mean, this is on the razor's edge here. I mean, we could really easily lose this thing. Maybe I should have done that a little differently so I could have buffed this guy up more, but... All right, we got to keep our fingers crossed here. All right, so he should have done that last turn. All right, now I'm nervous. I don't think he has enough mana to hit me with that sword again. All right. Okay, we have him. Blessing of Kings finishes it off. All right, that was a close fight. But I think that was the right deck for the situation.
Train my Death Knights now. I can't do it myself. I'm super busy.
All right. So another win for us on our first attempt. We get Dancing Swords. A decent card. 4/4 for 3. Not bad. Of course, it has a downside with the Death Rattle. Okay, so let's go ahead and just look at this deck real quick. I think you guys saw a lot of it because we were pretty deep into the game there, getting all the way up to 10 mana. But let's go ahead and look at it anyway. So the buff draw deck I've shown before, but some things that have changed with it are definitely the Mukla's Champion. So the idea of this is you have a lot of draw cards. You have stuff like the Loot Hoarder, Novice Engineer, Acolyte of Pain. I thought I had the, what's that one card? Yeah, I thought I had some of these Gnomish Inventors in there, but apparently I don't. I must have either taken them out or something. I actually forgot about that, so maybe that's something I should add in if I wanted to make it more of a draw-y deck. But we have a few cards here in the middle for draw, and then we have some value lower cost minions to kind of flood the board with. We've got our buffs. We've got Noble Sacrifice as well to kind of protect sometimes to make sure we have that board presence. Flesh-Eating Ghoul, I think, is a good addition to this deck because you have a lot of weenie minions that die, so when they die, he gets buffed up. This is all about getting buffed. Shired Sun Cleric provides buffs. And then we have True Silver Champion for some clear. Blessing of Kings, buff. Consecration, kind of some board clear. Hammer of Wrath draws you cards and is a removal card. Mukla's Champion is obvious with the buffs. That might have been what I changed out the Gnomish Inventor for. I kind of forgot about that. And then we have Stormwind Champion, which gives a +1/+1 buff to everything that's on the board. This is going to be kind of your finishing card if you can get a nice board presence. Of course, this deck depends upon that board presence, so that's kind of its major weakness. In any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.